Peacemaker Episode 7 is officially out. It's time to talk full spoilers this thing. This is the penultimate episode before the finale. And yeah, I can't believe I didn't trust James Gunn when the trailers were coming out for this, when it was announced. This was my least favorite character in Suicide Squad. And now he's starting to become one of my favorites if I go back and rewatch that movie. There's so much depth to him now. And this episode, again, proves why this is not just one of the best DC live-action shows ever made. This is starting to become one of my favorite superhero shows of all time. And, you know, the fact that it's very much rumored that we are getting a Season 2. I can't wait to see what that Season 2 possibly could be. But this episode is my favorite one yet. It's intense, it's emotional, it's badass, and it's just plain flippin' awesome in every single way. So we're going to be talking it full spoilers, guys. Leave your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, as well as hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies and TV over here on a daily basis. That's what I love doing over here. So Episode 7 of Peacemaker was a blast. It continues to up the ante in every single way, and while we didn't get much of the butterfly stuff this episode after the last episode, where it shows the White Dragon and his clan rising up, and as well as the butterflies all coming after one central figure, which is Peacemaker. So I do want to start out and talk with the Peacemaker aspect of it all, of the White Dragon. Of course, Peacemaker, Vigilante, and Economics are just like, fuck it, let's go do it. Let's do the mission that we need to. They get in the van, they head out. And of course, the White Dragon and his men are hunting them down since they are tracking the helmets, which then, of course, gets a little bit intense in that entire valley. They're driving. We see freaking the White Dragon flying around, finds him, hits the van over, knocks it over. And from then on, it becomes just a rush of adrenaline. For a second, I thought they killed Vigilante. And the fact that the stakes were so high where I did not know who was not going to die and who was not going to live, that adds so much to this entire film. And I was very much proud and in general impressed to see how this show is able to really much bring that dynamic in such a great way. Adding in there, of course, Vigilante throwing the grenade. Again, thought for a second he died. Thank God he didn't, because I love Freddie Storma in that role. Adding in as well, moving further, Peacemaker and Economics are out of their way, running away. And of course, then he notices that they're tracking the helmet. It cuts, they're still following them. But the funny thing is of course, then we see a raccoon running off with it, and Peacemaker's face is completely clawed up. I'm sure a raccoon of the choice was chosen because of a little bit of a rocket raccoon, which I thought was fun. And, you know, Peacemaker's reaction, who knew raccoons would be like that? And Economics, like the banter between John Economics and all them is so perfect, and I love it. But adding in there and moving along, of course, Vigilante gets in the car and drives off. He falls asleep, almost passes out, again worrying me that he was going to die in this episode. Thank God he didn't, because I needed him heading into the finale. And Peacemaker and, of course, Economics head back up. They get in the car, but then, of course, they realize the helmets are still in the back because Vigilante grabbed them all. They're driving, get to the place, and of course the White Dragon, he decides we need to stop, throws the masks out there, and of course the clan members come out after them, and it becomes a ferocious fight right then and there. And in that moment, again, got intense. Eagly's fighting them, Economics is running away, Vigilante's taking a piss, which was funny that he had to be butt nude, like out in the nude. That was hilarious. And then, of course, it just continues to get strong. Peacemaker's getting his ass kicked. I love the camera style in this section. The White Dragon comes down. He's about to kill Eagly. Hits Eagly out of the way, which again worried me because you can't kill poor Eagly. He's like the best character in the show. Well, one of the best characters. And, of course, Peacemaker gets pissed. John Smith runs at him, goes to punch him in the face, and knocks him down. They get in a fight. He almost blasts him, kills him, but Vigilante stops the nanotechnology. The technology destroys the suit, so he can't use his powers. Economics kills the clan members with the PP-29, I think is what it was called, from Modern Warfare 2. Awesome scene right there. Economics coming in clutch. And Peacemaker finishing off his dad, punching him after his dad just riddled him and destroyed him verbally and emotionally. And it was just awesome in that moment, because in that moment I was cheering. I'm like, kill him, kill him, kill him. Gets the gun, boom, blows his dad's head off. And thank God his dad is dead, because as we see in the intro for this, that pretty much he would make his sons fight. And Peacemaker accidentally punched his brother too hard, and it ended up killing his brother, which he blamed for himself, but it really was his dad's fault this entire time, adding in that emotional way that I love that Peacemaker continues to give us. But of course, from then on, they drive out, meet up with the gang because they're at the vet getting eagerly stitched up, which again was funny to see how Vigilante was holding the other three guys hostage, the nurses and the vet. But let's take a sidetrack over to the butterflies thing. Of course, certain things come out. It comes out that she is Amanda Waller's daughter. Of course, Myrn already knew that. Harcourt's, they're yelling at each other, but then they're like, we got to get out of town now. The butterflies are coming here. Everyone knows all this insanity is ensuing, but of course, in this moment, Myrn dies, man. And it made me sad because I was like, the butterflies, nope, it's squished and squashed, and it comes out to be, it's not just, it's up to them now, that they have to finish this mission off. And also in that moment, of course, Judo Master shows up, which we saw him kick those guys' ass at the convenience store, kicked their ass, but then, of course, tase him. Awesome stuff like there. Again, love that entire sequence. I love how they're shooting the action in here. I'm so picky when it comes to action scenes, and it's just great to see how they're actually pulling these off. But it all leads up to the vet. What are they to do? They have no transportation, no leader, and of course the butterflies are about to win by getting the cow out of the way, which we finally got to look at the cow towards the end of this episode. It looks grotesque, it looks scary, and the CGI looks awesome for it. But I mean, that thing is just creepy. And again, I love how James Gunn is adding every element that we've ever seen from him before. Guardians of the Galaxy, Super, Slither, Suicide Squad, all these type of tones that he's played with, again, in these different genres, horror, comic book, action, thriller, he's putting into Peacemaker in such a seamless way that it makes me jealous that he's able to do this as such a creative lead. And in this moment, I got literally emotional when they were like, no, Harcourt can lead us. And they all decide that she's leading them. And I do like how one of the nurses even cocked the shotgun. That was hilarious. And there's so many great moments in here, like just some small little moments that make me laugh. But of course, they get in the van and they drive off into the sunset to go and kill the cow, which leads us into next week's finale. I am really interested to see what happens next week. James Gunn has been hyping it up. A lot of people have been hyping this up, journalists and all sorts of things like that. No one has seen the last episode. Us as critics, we're only given the first 7 episodes, and I've been watching week to week with you guys as well because I want to get that excitement with you all. But for me, I gotta imagine maybe there's a big cameo. Do we get a Justice League member? Who do you guys think it could possibly be? If we are to get one, I'm going to throw outside of left choice one, and one that I possibly think could still happen. The outside left choice one is Henry Cavill's Superman. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I don't even think it's a choice, but I would love to see it. My other choice would probably be Jason Momoa's Aquaman or Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I think those would be really cool. Now, don't get me wrong. If we get like Shazam or Black Adam showing up, that would be great. I just don't see Black Adam making his debut in a Peacemaker show, but definitely could see easily one of those two things happening. Because I'm just going out of left field. Who are some big members that could possibly come for end of the world situations? I also do think Amanda Waller will probably be in next week's episode as well. Lots of different things there. Maybe some more eagle hugging because that moment was sweet and I even got emotional. God, I love this show. I love it so much, and I'm so happy to have you guys here with me talking this show. So again, leave a comment. What are your guys' thoughts on episode 7? Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week for the finale of Peacemaker, baby. Yes! Let's do it!